Good evening. Good evening, CAN TV viewers. Thank you for tuning in once again to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. My name is Yolanda, and I am here again as the host. We are very excited to be here. We are thanking you so much for tuning in. Callers, those that are viewing, remember, do call in. We want you to call in with your questions. We want you to call in with your statements. We want this to be an engaging and very informative segment for tonight's show. The Doty Report is produced by the Georgia Doty organization, an organization that have been around for tons of years, advocating for better health and a better community, and just really providing resources and information to the community. And this is an extension of that. So we are here with two wonderful guests. I'm always excited about our guests. I always consider them experts. I say I know nothing. Our guest knows everything. So I'm very, very excited. In this case, I'm even honored. I have to say I'm honored because we have two veterans. And we definitely always want to give some honor and really thank our veterans for serving our country, because it's them that keeps us free. Cool. Right? It's them that keeps us free. The Georgia Doty organization is definitely serving the veteran community, definitely trying to connect veterans to resources for them just to live better and more healthier lives. And we are so excited to we have two guests. I am going to give a brief introduction, and then we're going to have some conversation about veterans health and massage therapy and some services. And as always, I'd like to give a shout out to the CEO and founder of the Georgia Doty organization, Mr. Don Doty. Hey, Don. Hey. So my first guest is Felice, and we are very excited to have Felice here. She is a retired U.S. Air Force veteran who served the country for 20 years. She don't even look like she could have served for 20 years. She has a BS degree in management and a master's in human resource management. And she is the owner and manager of an agency, Nancy's Home Care Agency, who provides services of care that is rooted in love, trust, and companionship. Is that right?
That is correct.
I love that. I love that. And next to her, we have, I want to say the massage doctor over there. No, we have Albert. And Albert has a BA degree from the Governor State University. At the age of 20, he looked good too over there. At the age of 20, he became an HR specialist in the U.S. Army. During his time, now while he was serving, while he actually was on active duty, he actually became an entrepreneur. And we are always promoting entrepreneurship and really want people to be aware of opportunities to become an entrepreneur. However, after leaving the Army, after a couple of failed businesses, he found himself homeless. But today he is the global director of a special place for veterans, and he is also an entrepreneur having a successful business today. So we thank both of you for being here. We thank you so much. So I am going to start off by asking each of you to tell our viewers and just share a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Felice Searles, and I am a retired Air Force veteran. And I own Nancy's Home Care, and basically I help the elderly, people with disabilities with their home care needs. So I call it activities of daily living. So I help with needs around the home. If the veteran needs someone to cook, clean, do laundry, meal preparation, light housekeeping, they need someone to assist with bathing, they need someone to assist them with toilet and incontinence care. Those are the services that I provide. So I train caregivers, home health aides to go into the home of the veteran to provide these services. And I think it's very important that we take care of our veteran. Me being a veteran myself, we need to take care, support our veterans. Our World War II veterans, our Vietnam veterans, make sure that they have the care at home that they need, in between their doctor's appointments.
Okay. And Doctor over here, Doctor, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, as you know, you heard part of my story, and when I got out the military, I really liked to help people, so I got into the massage massage field, the industry for a while, and what we do is we have a holistic human health where you have a benefit of massage. We have organic skincare products from the Dead Sea of Israel, the Sea of Galilee, and gold elements, because gold and silver is good for our skin. And then we have a food alternative to drugs consultation where you can heal your body with food instead of pharmaceuticals. And so it's a self-paced, because I paid our videos, and we ask our customers to put up their testimonies of what food they ate, so we can measure what sickness they help with and all that kind of stuff. So we do that, and I come out to the home and do free consultations for people, and just kind of meet them where they learn what their needs are, meet them where they're at, and just see if we can get a whole comprehensive health plan for each person.
Okay, all right. So I have a question for the both of you. With the Georgia Doty, an organization that is always trying to decrease the health disparities in our community and make sure that our community is that healthcare is accessible and that we are knowledgeable. For you, how would veterans access the services that you have? And for you, Albert, share a little bit more with us about the connection between massage therapy and just health, the health overall.
Okay, so with home care, I am a community partner with the local VA hospitals. So if the veteran belongs to a VA, if they have a doctor, primary care provider at either Jesse Brown Hines or any VA hospital, that service is actually free through the VA.
Okay.
So the veteran, if eligible, can get care through the VA, through the community care program, to provide those services. So if the veteran expresses an interest in home care, the first step will be to consult their primary care provider and talk to the provider, let the provider know that I need assistance at home, whether it's, I have difficulty getting in and out of the bed. For example, they can let their doctor know that they have this difficulty, or because of an illness. It could be a diabetes, it can be, back pain, it could be MS, multiple sclerosis, it could be a number of different things. If that illness, that disease make it difficult for that veteran to do some of their activities of daily living, basic things we take for granted. If they have trouble cleaning up their home, maintaining their independence, if they cannot walk by themselves without a walker, or if they need someone to accompany them to their doctor's appointments. These are the type of services that the VA looks at, and if the veteran is determined to be eligible for it, the VA will approve it and will basically pay for them to have that service. So it's free.
Okay.
To the veteran. The veteran is no out-of-pocket expense. The veteran can get anywhere from 6 hours a week up to 15 hours per week of home care services.
Okay.
So once the veteran is approved, a CNA will go into the home and provide that care. So that's pretty much how they will go about getting started.
And so it's important, viewers, that we know that there are services and there are free services for veterans out there that it enables them to live, I just say, healthier life.
Yes.
I think it's important that we know if you are in need of a caregiver that there is help. And so that's important. So that's very, very, very good to know. So Albert, talk to us about massage therapy.
Okay, Yolanda, well, research shows that, you can look it up on the Emory University, that they tested out that a group of people got a massage once a week for 5 weeks. And another group of people got a massage twice a week for 5 weeks.
Okay.
And there was a noticeable difference in appearance between the people that got it twice a week than those who got it once a week. And they were actually better. And then the people who got it twice a week actually got along better with people and actually be able to gel with people in the community. So I really associate that to be able to, like yourself more, because I like massage really starts before they actually start touching you, because I'm what I call mindfulness. So you get to meditate on what's going on internally first, whether it's pain, whether it's frustration, where you have a clouded mind, a lot of thoughts running through, and a good practitioner could put you through that with the breathing and focus on your pain. And then even when you breathe in and you breathe out, it kind of help, it discretes some of that pain. Believe it or not, it actually works. And by the time the practitioner actually get into the massaging part, it just further amplifies what you were doing internally.
Okay.
So that's why we got to start there, what we call mindfulness and meditation, and then the actual massage, and then the skincare part, where organic skincare part, to heal your skin elements that you have from acne, psoriasis, all kind of things you can name it. I have a list on the sheet I gave you. But most of all, to me, I think is the mental part first.
Okay.
And then especially people with like PTSD or other problems they got going on, it helps settle their mind and be peaceful within themselves. So you can be peaceful on the inside while things are chaotic on the outside. And I think that's why they call therapy is not just a massage. That's why it's massage therapy. Because if you get into a therapy part, you think about the overall thing of the person. So if you do a person a disservice just to give them a massage, they feel great. Right. But what have you done for the spiritual part of it or the energies and help them redirect their stuff?
Okay. Caller. Oh, we have a caller. Okay, cool. Caller, are you there?
Yes, and good evening. How y'all guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, sweetheart. I mean, it's a great day to be on God's green earth.
Yes, it is.
I was just listening to the young gentleman. He was speaking. Let me tell you, I'm much older than you. My grandparents, my mother, my father used to always state this. If you do better and you do more for yourself, you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. The ones that grouchy and everything, they don't never want to do anything for themselves. And you could follow them home. I promise you, you got a house full of frowners. But people who do something for yourself, you're going to look better, you're going to dress better, you're going to feel better. And I totally believe in that. So whatever it takes, I don't care if you want to rub on my hand, I'm going to take it. Right. So I would just make a comment, and that's really true. And thanks for taking the call. Let me get out there so I can hear your response.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, respond to that a little bit. That's right. So, because it sounds like I'm hearing you saying massage therapy, because of course I think massage, know, and I know when I've gotten massages before and they get to a certain spot and it's like it's tight. But it sounds like what you do is a little bit more.
Right. There's a lot to it than just the physical touching of a person. When the caller mentioned the hand, there's a service called reflexology, because every organ in your body is connected. You can connect to your hand and your feet, so you can get relief. I couldn't believe when I first learned this. You can relieve stress in your teeth by massaging your toes. Oh, wow. You can relieve a headache by massaging the big toes and the migraines of your feet and everything like that, and the pancreas on the sole of the foot. So when you study that chart, you can feel like you've gotten a full body massage from reflexology. In fact, that's how I got started doing feet, face, and hands. I used to carry a tub around washing people's feet and everything, and then they would go into full body and stuff. So that's how I learned a lot of that stuff by, trial and error, reading books, and then started with my mother and grandmother and all that kind of stuff. So
okay. Wait, we got another caller. All righty, caller, are you there?
Okay. We got another caller. All righty, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes. You have a question?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, yes. The question is to both parties. Does cannabis, do you advocate for cannabis in relieving pain in terms of chiropractic and massage therapy? And then if, in fact, for the young lady, if I'm a veteran and you're getting paid by the VA to treat me in my home, but I'm getting medicinal cannabis from the outside treating my condition holistically, would that affect my service with you?
Okay, so you have a question about, is there any, in terms of what you do, related to receiving cannabis for a medical condition?
Well, I like to focus on the external use for that, because there are actually things you can do to heal your body and wounds and stuff if you have that. A lot of people already understand the medicinal purpose of it. So yes, if you have your medical marijuana card and all that, I would suggest that you use it. That means you got approved to do it. But there's other uses besides just the internal use of that.
Okay, hold on 1 second. We have another caller.
Well, hello.
Hi. You have a question or a comment, caller?
I have a question for Felice.
Okay.
This is Sharon Terry calling, and my brother is a veteran, and I have a question. How are the veterans notified that her services are offered? or how do they know that the services are available?
Okay, good question.
Yes.
Good question.
So basically, once approved through the VA, once the primary care doctor approves it, the consult will be sent to the social worker. And at that point, the social worker will give the veteran a list of different agencies to select from. So if that veteran wants to use my agency, Nancy's Home Care, then that veteran will need to let the social worker know that I'm interested in Nancy's Home Care. That's the only way. A lot of times social workers, they don't really single out one particular agency. They will kind of give them options to select from, and that veteran will have that choice at that point to make a selection which agency to select from. But they will give them a list of different agencies that they can choose for home care.
Okay, good question, Colin. We're going to make
Yes.
sure that we provide websites and phone numbers before we end the show tonight for both of our guests. And I see we have another caller. Caller, are you there?
I sure am. Good evening, Mr. Judge of Doty. How you doing?
How are you doing?
Hey, you got Doc Holliday sitting next to you.
I do, right?
Hi. I got 2 questions for you, Doctor.
Okay.
You got any suggestions? My husband's diabetes number 2. He's been on it since 2008. He had an accident. He kept eating stuff. He got fat. Now he's skinny, but he's still got diabetes. It goes up, it goes down, it goes in, it goes out. He does exercise. We're Italian, so we're easy on the carbs. And can you got any suggestions of how you kind of keep it straight?
Okay.
That's one question. What do
Okay.
you think? You got any ideas how you kind of keep it even?
Kind of do, because I deal with diabetes too.
There you go.
And there's lots of foods that you can have that help bring your blood sugar down, like Jerusalem artichoke, cinnamon, Ganoderma. So
Kale.
yes, there are different, all kinds of foods that you can research it. Now, it depends on what the problem is. If he has a problem staying high or staying low, you got to balance it, as you do know.
He goes up and down like the roller coaster at Great America. Let me tell you, no matter what he does, he works on the treadmill before he'll go to bed. 8:30, his snack time is over. He'll have a little something to eat. He'll get up in the morning, bam, it's 150. Sometimes after, because he does himself twice a day, he tests himself. After dinner, boom, he's about 115. But it always seems to be in the morning. I wonder why. Who knows, huh?
You had another question, caller?
Yes, I do. That medical marijuana. Ooh, Lord. My husband had 3 back surgeries. He qualified for the medical marijuana so they could get him off of the opiates, off of the pills. Oscar, anybody want a dog over there? Anyway.
No, we don't want a dog, caller, and we definitely appreciate. We're going to address your questions.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
The medical marijuana helps him.
Okay.
Oh, yes. You go through the procedures through your doctor. You go through what you had on your surgeries. And believe me, you will get past, and it really helps. God bless you guys. Have a great evening. Thanks, Dr.
You too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Judge Doty, I'll talk to you next week.
Okay, I'll see you next week. Okay. Oh my God! I always that she calls every. We love definitely having the comments and the questions and just the engagement. And I think we have another caller. Are you there, caller?
Yes, I'm here.
You have a question or a comment?
Hello, Felice.
Hi.
This is your brother, Austin.
Hey, Austin!
Hey, brother Austin!
Hey,
Woo
you
woo!
look so beautiful on TV.
Thank you!
My question is, it's not specifically a question. It's the passion that you got, and I want to say thank you first of all for all your service.
Thank you.
Secondly, how did you come up with the idea of Nancy Healthcare? Can you let everyone know about that?
All right, bro. Good one. That's a good one, bro.
Well, yes, Nancy is my mom. I named Nancy's Home Care after my mom. And the vision came from watching my mom take care of my aunt.
Okay.
My auntie developed cancer. This was about 3 years ago. And I witnessed my mom provide care to my auntie. And before I even knew what home care was, I watched her. My auntie eventually passed away, but I was really touched by how my mom cared for my auntie. So when it was time for me to start my agency, and I thought about the name, prayed about the name, and the name Nancy just automatically came up, and Nancy, to me, it represents love, it represents care. And also I wanted an agency where, it's family, where we can all it's family, it's taking care of each other. Even if, it's not my biological mom, but I still treat everybody that I take care of as it's my own family. It's an extension of my family. So that's where Nancy came from. Thank you, Austin.
All right, bro. Shout out for that one. We definitely appreciate that call.
Yes.
Again, we thank all the CAN TV viewers for tuning in. This is the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. We are here every Monday night now through the end of June. We air at 7:30 p.m. We welcome, as you can see, callers to call in with comments and questions, and we just like to provide really relevant and very important information and connect the people to resources. But you see, we like to have a good time. I think that it's important that laughter is important as we are trying to live healthier lives. So I have a question for you. So my mom had a stroke, a massive stroke 5 years ago, and now I'm at the point where she needs home care.
Okay.
So I know you go through a process, and she's actually in Arkansas, so I know it may be different in how she really access services, but how does one make sure that their loved one is getting good home care service? Like, are there things that we should look for? Are there questions that we should ask? Do we get to select, who that person is in that case? So share a little bit, because I know I've been a caregiver even for her, from a distance, going back and forth, and it's hard.
It is.
It's very, very hard. But are there things that we should look for in as we're looking for someone to care for our loved one?
Yes. First, when selecting, if you decide to go through an agency, I would definitely vet that agency. To be a caregiver, it takes a lot of passion. It takes a lot of patience, and you have to have a heart for it. You have to have a willingness to want to serve. So definitely, you want to, as a parent, as a sibling, whoever, you want to be a part of their care plan. As the agency owner, my first step would be to go out and do a consult with the family, and basically we would talk about the plan of care, basically, because I don't do anything that is not authorized by the family member, either the client or the family of the client. If you only need someone to come in and do meal prep and light housekeeping, that's all I do. But you just want to, just get some information about that agency. You want to make sure that agency, though, just have passion for it and have a desire and a willingness to want to serve. And then you want to stay involved. One thing I always tell everyone I talk to, and a part of what I do with my service, is that coming from a military background, follow up is everything. So I continue to stay involved. I want to know every single body by name in my agency. I want to know where they live. I have their cell phone number in my phone. I call, I follow up. I want to know, are you happy? Are you getting the services that you want through my agency? So a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I come by, eat dinner, eat lunch with them, and just talk, make sure that they're happy. Is there anything that I can do differently? Is there anything you like, anything you think can be improved? Because it's so important that you receive quality care. It's so important that, if my mom was receiving home care services, I want to make sure that whoever's providing that service to my mom is doing their very best job, is giving it 110%. And most importantly, taking care of my mom or whoever it is, because, abuse is so prominent in this industry. You hear it all the time. Caregivers not showing up, caregivers not doing what they're there to do, theft, burglary. It's just a whole gamut of different things you hear about. And one thing, for me, this is more of a ministry. It's more of a passion. And I want to make sure that I provide I give 110%. And that I provide excellence, excellent work. I send out the very best, and I tell my caregivers that this is not just a job where you collect a check, but this is ministry, really. This is, you go in and you're providing the service. I have clients that I personally see right now they trust you. You know, they become that extension of family. So I want to make sure that the people that I serve, that people that I go into their home and provide care for, that we're giving it all we got, and that they feel like they can trust us, they can depend on us, they can count on us, and that we're going to be there for them.
Okay, very, very, very good. I just think it's very important that that the viewers, that all of us realize that there are services available, there are quality services available. So I wanted to share. So we got a few minutes left. I want to ask Albert, how often so you say therapy, and when people think about therapy, of course they think of like counseling and sessions, and how often would you say a person should to experience massage therapy? Weekly, monthly? Should there be do you put a plan in place?
There is a plan that based off of the person's probably profession or way of life.
Okay.
And then just for relaxation, definitely once a week. But if you like a sports person in sports or very active mountain climbing, bike riding, you might even need up to 3. But we also do things for like sore injuries. It's called cupping.
Okay.
You know, it actually suctions, cup, and pull things out of your muscles and blood and everything like that. And actually, you can even punch holes in it and bring stuff out of it, like you would do a poisonous snake bite. So you do pull injuries and stuff like that out of a person's body, and then it might hurt a little bit in the process, but when you're done, you feel really you can go back out and do it again. So, but yeah, it depends. Like 2 or 3 times a week, depends on how heavy you are, but no less than once a week. If you got to do it only twice a month, it's good because it's not just luxury.
Right.
You know, you gotta get your mental clarity. You gotta help you center yourself back to what you need to do and think your way through things instead of panicking, because you can stay calm and learn how to meditate and learn how to think your way. So it's a lot you can do with the meditation and massage and relaxation, because you're not just relaxing your body, you're relaxing your mind, your spirit, you know, thinking through things. Mental clarity is very important. When you have a heavy decision to make, go get a massage. Pay for a 2-hour session and really think about it. Because a lot of people say, let me sleep on it. Well, if you're sleeping but not resting, it's not doing any good. So massage will help you rest. You know, there's a lot of things to connect. I can go on forever about the benefits of it, because it lower blood pressure. You know, I actually help babies, massaging babies, help them become less colicky and help them gain weight.
Wow.
Yes, you can look at that. Research has proven that too.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So we have Albert and we have Felice here, and we have just shared some very good information about services and just that we can access to help us if we are in need, or if a loved one is in need of help. And it's so important for us to know that those services are available to us, and we can't do everything ourselves. And, you know, why try to take it on if you can have someone to help you, on top of understanding what real massage is about. Not just going in, and how important it is for our health, and as you said, mental clarity. I think it's very, very important. So do you have a website?
I have an exfoliation at your service on Facebook.
Okay.
Exfoliation at your service on Facebook.
And your website?
It's nancysHomeCare.com. So it's www.nancysHomeCare.com.
And of course, if you want more information about our wonderful guests or about the Georgia Doty organization, you can send an email to the dotyreport@gmail.com, or definitely go to our website, georgiadotyinc.org. Once again, my name is Yolanda. We've had, I want to say, Dr. Albert over here. I'm teasing him. So don't get offended, doctors, and we have Felice. What I do love is that they're both veterans. They both served our country. They both are professionals, and they both are entrepreneurs. And I just really commend the both of you. And they're entrepreneurs that is really giving back to the community, and really trying to help our community live happier and healthier lives. So I definitely high five. Definitely appreciate that. We will be back here next Monday. Same time, 7:30. Once again, we thank you for tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. Thank you, and have a great rest of the week.